Hey guys, what's up? I'm on vacation. It's John from Album Review TV, but I wanted to film a video while on the road, I guess you could say. Right now I'm at Myrtle Beach, South Carolina. Here's a view of where I am right now. I'm at my parents' beach condo. But anyways, today I'm coming to you with a track-by-track review for Linkin Park's album Living Things, which recently dropped on June 26th. I feel like my last review didn't really do it justice, so I kind of wanted to go through it track by track, because I've grown to love it and appreciate it a lot more than when I first actually got the album, about 10 days before the album actually came out. I've listened to this album about 2 times a day ever since it came out, so I've had it about 2 weeks, so 14, probably about 25 to 28 times, somewhere in that range, because I've got the CD in my car now. It's playing over and over again. I just cannot stop listening to this album. It's definitely my second favorite album by Linkin Park, very close to Meteora actually, because some of the songs just have grown on me so much, like Roads Untraveled and Skin to Bone. Those two have grown on me a lot and become almost my favorites on the album, as well as Powerless. But anyways, let's go through it from the beginning, the start. You guys already got all the background information if you want to watch my last review of the album, where I give a bunch of information about background and stuff like that. It's in the description down below. But for now, let's start with Lost in the Echo. The first track on the album features rapping and singing, you know, Mike and Chester going back and forth. And this is possibly my favorite on the album. I believe it will be a single from the album. I believe it could be the next single. It's charted very high on the iTunes charts. I've seen it go up as high as number 35. I love the lyrics on Lost in the Echo. Really, the chorus is one of the best on the album, and just everything about the song flows so well. Mike's rap seems angry again, kind of like the way it used to, and I just feel like he kind of fell off there for a little bit. Not fell off, but just didn't get as much of a chance to shine like he does on this album, and specifically in Lost in the Echo. Like I said in my last review, a recurring theme throughout the album is broken promises, lies, being lied to, and that starts off with the first track, Lost in the Echo, and moving on to the second track on the album, In My Remains. Promises is another word that you're going to hear yet again. Chester's singing, now in my remains are promises that never came. A lot of the focus on this album is on feelings and just being lied to and being hurt over and over again, and just Chester and Mike finding their way through it. Moving on to the third track on the album, it's called Burn It Down. That was the first single off of the album, what really got me hyped up for it. And honestly, I think it was a very good choice for a first single, and it's charted as high as number 30 on the Billboard Hot 100, and that's exciting news for the band. Hopefully it'll move even higher than that, but honestly, you know, it was a good choice for a first single. Chester, Mike, rotating vocals back and forth yet again like they did on old school stuff, so I really enjoyed that one. Now, the next track on the album is where they really get into it. Lies, Greed, Misery. That song is probably one of my favorite tracks by them, just because of the fact of the anger behind it and just the sheer amount of passion. I know you guys were giving me a lot of hell for it in the comments. I know I messed up the lyrics when I was screaming along to it. I know it's, I want to see you choke on your lies, swallow up your greed, suffer all alone in your misery. I know I messed it up, so let it go, people. Focus on the review here. Lies, Greed, Misery is just an amazing song, and it's just the passion, especially towards the end of the song. It's a short one. It's only 2.5 minutes long, but really towards the end, Chester's just going nuts at the end. Just I feel like I'm back in 2000 or 2003 again, off of Hybrid Theory or Meteora. The next track on the album is I'll Be Gone, and the instrumentation I really like to compliment on this one, just the way it starts off and leads into the song. And a lot of the instrumentation on the album in general is just amazing and perfection. They really, they tweaked their experimentation down, and this is what, you get when you mix the guitars with the electronic sounds and come out with something amazing. I'll Be Gone, and when the lights go out and we open our eyes, out there in the silence, I'll be gone. I really like the chorus on that one. The next track on the album is a really cool one that starts off slow and builds up into something that's just amazing. Castle of Glass. My favorite chorus on the album, in my opinion. No rapping from Mike on this one. but really it's still an amazing song with or without him, and he was doing some of the production, so it's not like he wasn't involved at all or anything like that. And the lyrics on this one, again, you know, it makes you feel like you think about it. It actually makes you think when you're listening to it. Really, I think the theme of this song is just, you're a small, tiny little individual person in this huge, huge world. That's what he's saying when he says, I'm only a crack in this castle of glass. Victimized is the next track, and my God, that's a hard one. It's a hard rocker that's going to rock your face off. Just the screams from Chester are probably the hardest thing I've heard from them since either QWERTY or maybe even Given Up. Those are two really hard tracks that they've done, but Victimized is probably the hardest thing they've done since then, and damn, Chester really gets into that one. And Mike's raps on that one are attacking, hardcore, very solid track, even if it is under 2 minutes. Now it transitions into Roads Untraveled, and this is possibly my second favorite, close to being my favorite song on the album, and I don't even think I mentioned it much in my last review. The chimes on this one, the way it transitions from Victimize into Roads Untraveled, it's just beautiful, honestly. The chimes that kind of come in really lightly in the background and start up the song with some keys and some piano, and the vocals start up. It's got my favorite lyric on the album near the end of the song. It says, "Weep not for roads untraveled, weep not for sights unseen. May your love never end, and if you need a friend, there's a seat here alongside me." That, I don't know why I love that so much, but that, and we'll get to it in a minute, a lyric from Powerless are my favorite ones on the album. Now the next song on the album is Skin to Bone. This is another one that really grew on me a lot and turned into one of my top favorites off of the entire album, Living Things. The instrumentation in the background of kind of the distortion, that whole thing is just really cool, and with Chester's vocals on that one, it's just another amazing song off of the album that has my stamp of approval. Not like anything doesn't. Now the next song on the album is one that is becoming one of probably my least favorite on the album. It was originally one of my favorites, but I don't know, I'm kind of getting tired of it. Until It Breaks is the name of the track, and it's mostly Mike's song on this one. And Chester feels like, you know, he doesn't really have much time on this one, and there's not really much of a defined chorus, whereas really it's just Mike kind of rapping a lot. And some of the lyrics on that one I didn't like too much. I was a little bit critical of, where he starts going off into something about bang bang little monkey man playing with the big guns only get you slain, I ain't playing. I don't know, I wasn't a huge fan of that part right there at all. And I do really like Chester's part where he comes in and says, "Give me the strength of the rising sun and give me the truth of the words unsung." That's a really great lyric right there. And honestly, I just wanted to mention, all throughout Linkin Park's career, I've been listening to some of their older stuff too, they've just had the amazing gift of being great lyricists, because the songs they write, even from the beginning off of Hybrid Theory, are something that sound like a band that could have been around for at least 10 years, and they're still writing amazing stuff. Tinfoil is the next to last track. It's an instrumental one. It's like modern day session is how I would describe it, off of Meteora, and it updates and flows perfectly. I love, love, love the way it flows into Powerless. My God, that's probably my favorite transition of the album right there, and it transitions into Powerless, which is an amazing, amazing way to end the album. Powerless, the lyrics on that one, as a whole, that's my favorite song lyrically on the album. Not my favorite lyric on the album, but lyrically as a whole, it's my favorite. And I just love the way that Chester, you know, sings it, and he says, "You held it all, and you were careless and let it fall. You held it all, and I was right by your side, powerless." You know, it's just a situation you're in. I can relate to the music here. You know, you're in a situation, you're standing there watching it happen, you can't do anything about it, and you just feel powerless. And they wrote a song about it. It's perfect. It's a great way to end the album. So, all in all, I have now upped this album to a 5 out of 5. A perfect score from me. Second favorite Linkin Park album. Definitely the best of 2012 so far, in my opinion. I want to know what you guys think. Have you listened to it some more since I put out my last review? This is my track-by-track review. If you want more background information on it and stuff like that, like I said, links in the description. Anyways, guys, I'll be off of vacation very soon. I will be back to a normal backdrop very soon instead of this beach theme here. Actually, one of my friends redesigned my background, so you'll be seeing the whole new wall of music very soon. Please subscribe and give this video a like, and thanks for watching. I really appreciate it, and I will see you guys very soon.